Harold Davis, 41, had traveled a long emotional journey from New Mexico to Prague in Season 1 of Match Me Abroad, seeking love abroad with hopeful sincerity. As an artist and rock collector with autism, his past engagement had dissolved with the unyielding distance, but not his belief in finding the one. Now, in Season 2, Harold returns, this time to Singapore. Armed with new courage, a renewed heart, and guidance from matchmaker Dolly, he's determined to embrace love again, with a flurry of surprises waiting just around the corner. The moment Harold disembarked in Singapore, the vibrant cityscape greeted him like a fresh canvas. Skyscrapers shimmered against the tropical sky, and his nerves danced between excitement and unease. Dolly was waiting, her presence both encouraging and steady. "Let's throw out the rulebook," she said as they strolled through Marina Bay Sands. "In Singapore, you let your heart lead." Under the neon night, Harold nodded. He was back for another shot at love, and this time, he felt something different stirring. Dolly arranged a date at a cozy hawker center. Harold and his date exchanged small courtesies over laksa and char kway teow, spicy, flavorful, and unfamiliar. As Harold tried a local dish involving pig ears, laughter echoed at the table. He couldn't have anticipated the thrill of challenging comfort zones just to make a connection. Though the date didn't end in obvious sparks, it laid the foundation, authenticity and courage, seasoned by unexpected bites. Dinners gave way to long walks under lantern-lit gardens. Harold's date, May, shared stories of her childhood in rural Singapore, of midnight dragon boat races, of the way incense lingers. Harold, in turn, spoke of mineral veins, of the way crystals catch sunlight. Their worlds were different, but strange threads connected them. May admired Harold's sincerity. "You see things deeply," she whispered under the canopy of tropical blooms. The chemistry simmered, quiet, unlike the loud flirtations of other contestants. It glowed in shared silences. One evening, on a riverfront boat ride, Harold garbled a joke meant to be light-hearted. May paused, her smile faltering. It was a misinterpretation, a joke lost in translation, cultural nuance, or nervousness. Terrified he'd damaged the fragile connection, Harold watched her withdraw, almost retreat into the night sky. As the boat docked, Amelia stepped out into the cool breeze. Then, impulsively, Harold reached for her hand, an act of quiet earnestness. May looked at him, uncertainty shimmering in her eyes. Then, under the soft glow of the stadium lights, they leaned into each other. Harold pressed his lips gently to her cheek, a soft, deliberate surprise smooch, tender and bold. It was unexpected, but in that moment, they both paused, breaths held. The moment slowed, warm, quiet, uncertain. And May's eyes softened. She leaned back, smiling, her hand still in his. The boat ride ended, but everything felt different. In shared meals, whispered confessions, and shuffling through unfamiliar streets, Harold felt seen, and saw May in return. They explored Singapore, temples, floating gardens, early morning dim sum. They laughed at lost-in-translation moments and awkward first impressions. They created a rhythm, an emotional geography sketched across distance and trust. As their connection deepened, the show's cameras roamed, whispering reminders of time ticking away. Dolly, always poised, asked the necessary questions. Could this be more than a fleeting spark? Harold, with nervous breath, admitted he'd never felt this sure in his life. May confessed she'd been guarded, protecting herself from disappointment. But here, with him, she felt something rare, belonging. The final date dawned. Dolly orchestrated one last shared adventure, a visit to the cloud forest, a vertical wonderland of fog and greenery. They traced winding paths and stepped beneath waterfalls. At the peak, surrounded by lush mist and the hush of nature, Harold took May's hand. "I don't know what happens after this," he said softly. "But in this moment I know, I'm happy." May's smile was steady, eyes bright. "Then let's stay in this moment, together." They leaned in, and kissed, this time intentionally, in full awareness of the world watching and hearts aligned. Back in rural New Mexico and Singapore, Harold and May sustained a connection. Digital calls, shared playlists, promised visits. On the show, that surprise smooch became an iconic flashpoint, a tender gesture of authenticity, courage, and unexpected love. Harold's journey continued, not just as a contestant, but as a hopeful man learning that love, sometimes, demands a leap, and that the most unforgettable kisses are the ones no one sees coming.